Joe Williams, and new board member, Tobin Dunigan. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, glad to be here, thanks.
Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you both again. We were talking before the show. Tobin has been on the show, what, about 23 years ago?
Yep, something like that. Yeah, I was in 6th grade. I think it was Catholic Schools Week or something.
Oh my gosh, I wish we had a clip.
Yeah, so I remember I called my teacher by her first name instead of by Mrs. So never forget that.
Nice. Well, yeah, TV nerves, it can do that.
Absolutely.
And you're not really a stranger to being on stage. You've got a lot of accomplishments in golf, for example. You've won quite a bit, and I think you were on a national champion golf team in college.
Yeah, I was. I wasn't actually in the lineup for the national championship, but I played like 8 out of 12 events or something that season. So it was in 2010. Feels like ages ago now.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And locally, you've been, in the top of finishers at several of the local tournaments. I know County Open, you've been up there as a runner-up, I think.
Yeah, and played in a number of state amateurs and state opens, that kind of stuff. So.
And you played golf at Lumen Christi?
Yep.
Were you on one of the 24 state championships?
I was not. No, they won the 4 years following my graduation, so I got to celebrate with them when they won, but I didn't partake on it.
You set the program up for success then.
Yeah,
you were the building block.
So.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, your board is comprised of local leaders. Joe, how do you choose the makeup of the board that serves CNB?
Yeah, we try to choose local people that are connected to the community, that people know well, and they're a good sounding board for us. But we like to have representation from all of our markets. So we do have great representation from the Jackson market. Joe Dunigan just officially retired from the board, Tobin's uncle. We have Steve Madalena on our local board, good Jackson person. But really, we just go out and look for individuals that are connected to the community, well-respected, high visibility, and their values align with the bank's core values. And when we do that, we find really great board members, and we're very fortunate enough to have Tobin join our board in April, was officially elected by the shareholders at our May annual meeting. So we're really excited, and the average age dropped in half when Tobin joined our board. So we're really excited for that. We know he's going to be there for a while.
All right, no offense, Joe.
No offense. No offense whatsoever. I was the youngest board member on the board before we had Tobin join us.
What about golf? You mentioned Steve Madalena. So do you have to be a good golfer to be on the CNB board?
I think being a good golfer helps in all aspects of life, right?
All right, there's a good answer. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you, what you do in life, and your family, and so on.
Yeah, so I work for Lakeshore Family Partners, which is a partnership between the Mercer family, so R.W. Mercer Company here in Jackson, and the Rademacher family, which is pump and meter service up in Chaska, Minnesota, or Hopkins, Minnesota. So I work for those two families. My office is here at R.W. Mercer, so still heavily involved with a lot of things at R.W. Mercer, but that's my primary focus.
Nice. So is it management of projects or properties?
So it's actually kind of a consulting company for, it'd be ambitious to call us a family office, but so I work with the two families and then work with their businesses and their investments.
And your family?
Yeah.
Your family, not their family.
Yeah. So, yep, my wife Abby, we've been married for, it'll be 8 years this year. And we have 3 children, so Winifred, Maxine, and Fitzgerald. So 5, 4, and 1. So a lot going on at our house.
Wow, cute names.
Thank you.
Do they have the short? Is it Max and Fitz and short?
Yeah, they get called a lot of different things. It just depends.
Well, you might have seen Tobin and other board members along with the team of CNB at community events. That's obviously a big part of the community of CNB, and most recently the Art Beer and Wine Festival. a huge success. Thanks to CMB for being the presenting sponsor. You sure know how to pick beautiful weather.
I tell you what, the last 3 years that I've been to it, since I've been in my role, the weather's been perfect. The attendance has been phenomenal. And we get a lot of our associates out there to represent the bank. And we have a big tent where people can come in and they can grab a drink and grab some CNB swag. But it's great just to walk around the property and run into a lot of business partners, clients, and other people in the community that have the same love for the community and the passion to give back and just make our community a better place. So it really aligns with us really well. So that's why we love to participate.
So Tobin, what was it about the CNB that you decided, yeah, this is a place I'd like to serve?
Yeah, so when you look at the community, there's certain cornerstones of a community, and a bank comes at the top of the list. And when you have a community bank that's been in business for over 90 years, and you look at all of the family businesses and businesses that have been able to be in existence for a similar amount of time because of the bank at various points in time, it made a lot of sense. I was humbled by the opportunity to serve with folks like Joe, and also kind of approach it as a challenge of something new to learn and new experiences. So,
yeah, Joe, you mentioned stockholders vote to elect Tobin to the board, and that brings up the point that the bank is locally owned by stockholders, investors, and you've been rewarding those who are owners with dividends and growth in value. So obviously a great attraction for investors as well.
Absolutely. We've been a good solid earning bank for the 90 plus years that we've been in business. We continue to grow. We expanded into the Lansing market here in December with the loan production office. We opened up our loan production office in Kalamazoo a year and a half ago, and we continue to see great growth here in the Jackson market, our Hillsdale market, and the Lenawee market, where we've got full service operations in all three of those markets. And hopefully in the future, we'll be able to offer the same full service of operations in the Kalamazoo and the East Lansing market. But it all starts with local people. And when we go into different markets, we have the same philosophy of picking board members from the local community. We will not go into a market unless we can find local people that are connected to that community, live there, volunteer there, serve their community. That's the only way we believe that a community bank will be successful. You have to have local people, because one of our core values, one of the 5, is local decision making. And that's really important because they know the community better than anybody else.
Well, you mentioned the expansion into Lansing and the planned growth into the Kalamazoo area. What drives expansion? Is it opportunity for growth, or does it start with demand?
Honestly, a little bit different for both scenarios. So Kalamazoo, we were not looking to enter the Kalamazoo market, but we had a group of people that were existing lenders in that market that approached us and said, we like what you guys stand for. We'd like to sit down and have an opportunity to discuss with you joining your organization, and here's what we bring to the table, and this is why we believe it would be a good fit in this market. So we kind of got approached without us really looking to enter that market because of local people. The Lansing market, we actually have a really good portfolio already in that market because of a couple centers of influence up in the Lansing market. And so the portfolio has grown so much that we felt like we needed to be in the market now. And we were asked to come to the market because of the existing clientele we already had there. So two expansions, but 2 different reasons of why we entered the market.
Well, it's got to be flattering to be asked.
Oh, absolutely. Again, we know every day that we have to earn our independence as a community bank. But people like to deal with local people. I sat down with an individual, a new client to the bank a week ago here in Jackson, and he said, I like working with a local bank. I know I had never, if I were to bank at JP Morgan, I know I will never have a lunch meeting with Jamie Dimon. And so he said, that's why I know I can sit down with the CEO or the chief market executive for this market. and that means something.
Tobin, all the people on the board are either, depositors, investors, borrowers. What is for you, what do you like about your relationship with CMB outside of being a trustee?
Yeah, so I'm a customer of the bank and have been for several years now, and then with various entities I'm involved in, I have a lot of interaction with, whether it be branches or commercial lenders, and it's just I could really understand or appreciate the common sense approach that County National has. You're talking to a person when you have an issue. You're not calling an 800 number, and you get to know who you're dealing with and know their kids and know what's going on. So I was just attracted to the organization at a higher level to get involved and learn, really.
Great. Well, it's cool having you guys with us here today. Thanks for coming. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah,
thank
happy
you.
4th.
Oh, is the bank going to be closed on
The bank will be closed on the 4th of July. I am walking in the Hillsdale Parade tomorrow night.
Oh, neat.
In Hillsdale. We're having a patriotic 4th of July parade, so my wife and I will be walking in that with Team CNB tomorrow night.
All right, bring some misters.
Yeah, you gotcha. You gotcha. You gotcha. Thank you, Bart. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks,
Joe. Joe Williams, President and CEO, and Tobin Dunigan, new board member at County National Bank.